people who cannot possibly believe what they're saying, we got a perfect clip for you guys. It's O'Reilly. It's clip number 2. He is going to go on a rant with his guests about how hateful the left is. You know how we tell you sometimes Republicans do projection? What they feel, they say, oh, the left is doing, or the liberals are doing, or the Democrats are doing. This is the perfect example of it. Can you believe he's saying this stuff about what the left does and totally forgetting what he does? Watch this.
Off with personal attacks. You hear them all the time on talk radio. But on TV, conservative pundits usually avoid that kind of invective.
Yeah.
Not always, but usually. However, the left-wing bomb throwers seem to be stepping up the personal stuff. Writing on the Huffington Post, actor Sean Penn calls Hugo Chavez a warm, friendly man who risks his life for his country in ways Dick Cheney could never imagine. Penn goes on, the Cheneys down to the O'Reillys, the Hannitys and Limbaughs effectively hate the principles upon which we were founded. They are among the greatest cowards in all of American history. Unquote Sean Penn. What a guy. Here's more.
This is about hating a black man in the White House. This is racism straight up. That is nothing but a bunch of tea-bagging rednecks.
Coincidentally, Al Gore has now produced a new documentary all about Ann Coulter. I believe it's called An Inconvenient Bitch.
Rush Limbaugh is a terrorist. You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen.
Libby and Karl Rove are going to be executed. What? I don't know how I feel about it because I'm basically against the death penalty.
Sarah Palin says that we all know that the woman is an airhead, so let's not even go there.
I'd like to tip off law enforcement to an even larger child-abusing religious cult. And this guy not only operates outside the bounds of the law, but he used to be a Nazi and he wears funny hats.
That's the post.
With us now, the Culture Warriors, Gretchen Carlson, co-anchor of Fox and Friends in the Morning, and Margaret Hoover, a Fox News analyst. All right, Hoover. Why are these people doing it?
A lot of these people are degenerates from the 1960s. Like, they didn't get the memo that the revolution is over, right? There's nothing to fight about anymore. They demonize people who they disagree with, and oftentimes you find them going after you personally when they can't make the argument with logic. When logic falters, they demonize the people they disagree with.
I think it's a whole East Coast, West Coast thing. They think that they're above everyone else, or they forget that millions of the American population lives somewhere in the middle, and they maybe just don't agree with them all the time.
But it's okay. Look, there's a difference between being an elitist. Karl Rove at the top of the broadcast said that was Sulzberger. He's an elitist, left-winger, knows better. And being downright nasty mean. Nasty mean.
You know why they do that? Because they can. Because the people running those organizations agree with them. That's why they can do it.
Gretchen's right. What you have here, you get this in television. Television, in many ways, becomes an echo chamber for people on the left. They're speaking to each other because all the people that they're with and their guests and their hosts and their network producers agree with them. And when you're around people that are all like-minded, you don't realize that you're not clicking with the majority.
I think it says something about the caliber of person. I really do.
I do too. Self-esteem.
So do I.
And you've got a lot of angry people.
Yeah, but I'm angry too. But I mean, I try to stay away from that stuff. Sometimes I'll make a mistake, and of course we call people pinheads. Ooh, pinheads. He called me a pinhead. But we try to stay away from that here. And the other Fox News conservative commentators, I think, make an effort to as well.
Do they know they're joking? I mean, the whole thing was like you take out left and you put in right in Fox News Channel, and they describe themselves perfectly. And then they call them degenerates. David Letterman, Al Franken, who's the new senator from Minnesota, she's like, oh, it must be an East Coast, West Coast thing. I don't think Minnesota is on the East Coast or West Coast, if I've checked that right. And they say, oh, they're going to demonize the other side. Gee, who does that? I can't quite think of it. Could it be the cowards at Fox News? Please.